But I really also like to point out the Quranic and biblical point of view too, because it's interesting when you look at the Quran, right? Like there are explicit verses that are mentioned. So, for example, like a lot of the critics and what we call Islamophobes, people who are kind of like scared of Islam or critics of Islam, anti-Islamists, they'll come and they'll like focus on certain verses in the Quran. So, like for example, chapter 9, it has some explicit verses, right? Which are, of course, verses that similar verses you may find in the Old Testament or whatnot. But you'll read them, and someone who's not acquainted with Quranic texts, they'll go and they'll pretty much put this presupposition that, well, the Quran is saying, look, go and fight the unbelievers wherever you see them. But did they consider the purpose of revelation of those verses, the historical context, what was happening at the time? Have they read the verses before it, the verses after it, and looked at the proper context? And I think this issue is not just with the Quran, but it can also exist with the Bible, it can exist with the Vedas, and it has. So what I always like to give as an example to my Christian friends is, like, for example, the Gospel of Luke, chapter 19, verse 27. There's this very interesting verse in there which says that Jesus said, bring my enemies here in front of me and slay them. Now, someone who's not acquainted with the Bible, and this is in the New Testament, not the Old Testament, someone who's not acquainted with the Bible was to open up and read that verse, they may assume that Jesus was preaching violence or extremism. But in fact, if you look at the commentaries, right, Gills or whatnot, commentaries that are available, you'll see that Jesus was just given a parable. It was just a parable. He was telling the story of some king who had stated those specific words. But it wasn't necessarily Jesus that said that. He was actually trying to relay a moral story, a moral influence out of what this king was saying in the story that derives behind it, some historical context.